Hi, what's up guys, Lifeless Soul 2 here, and today I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share this with all your friends, and sub to my main channel. I'll be posting What If Naruto Was a Senju Part 19 there. And with that said and done, I'm out of here. Peace.
Graffiti on the walls inside my bones mark me like stone. I'm all messed up, but I'm by your side. You kill the darkness with your light. I thought you should know. You can make this feel like home.
It had been 5 months since the bell test, and it had been boring. D-rank mission after D-rank mission. Sasuke and Sakura about had it. Naruto, well, they couldn't tell what he was thinking. Squad 7 was currently in the mission office, awaiting yet to be another D-rank mission. Well, since the Daimyo's cat hasn't run away again, Haruka said, as half of the room glanced at Naruto, who was seated on the floor staring up at the ceiling. The insane boy said something to the cat that made it scared to run away again. Needless to say, she wasn't going to run away anytime soon. Would Naruto said to make that happen? No one knew, and were too afraid to even ask. We have a few civilians who need shopping done. Someone wants their house painted. The Inuzukas need their dogs cleaned. Then Iruka was cut off by a thick killing intent in the air. No more! Naruto cried. No more what, Naruto? Sarutobi sighed. No more chores. I want to see some blood, he pouted. Naruto, show some respect, Iruka scolded. It's alright, Iruka. Naruto has a point, Sarutobi said. The teacher sighed as he straightened some papers. How about we try this? Perfectly simple. All you have to do is escort a bridge builder back to the land of Wave, then guard him till the bridge is built, the Hokage said, as he looked at the scroll. Kakashi nodded. Sounds simple enough, he agreed. Sarutobi nodded as he stamped the paper. Send Tazuna-san in, he called. A few minutes later, the door opened to reveal an old drunk man. What is this? I pay good money, and this is what I get? A bunch of kids? The man who must have been Tazuna asked. Naruto giggled. Tipsy, tipsy, 1 bottle, 2 bottle, 3 bottle, and you all fall down, he sung. Tazuna raised an eyebrow. What's up with him? He asked. Kakashi's eyes smiled. A lot of things, he said, as he and the other Leaf Ninjas stepped away from the insane boy. Naruto tilted his head up, and Tazuna's bottle burst into pieces. What the? That was my favorite bottle! The bridge builder cried and panicked. Did you know that stuff can kill you? Naruto asked innocently enough. Tazuna said stupidly. Do you want to die? Because I can gladly help you out with that, Naruto said, as he sunk into the shadows, and a huge black snake appeared from behind the bridge builder. Tazuna turned around and stepped back in fear. Naruto, that's enough, Sarutobi said from inside the room. Not yet, monkey. Me not done yet, the snake hissed. Is someone going to tell me what the hell is going on? Tazuna asked, panicked. Naruto doesn't like alcohol, or anyone who drinks it. He gets violent around the stuff, Kakashi said calmly. Tazuna paled at the explanation. Drink again and I'll send you to hell, Naruto hissed, followed by a snake-equivalent giggle. Tazuna nodded his head in fear. Naruto hissed and disappeared. The bridge builder let out a breath that he didn't know he was holding. Thank God. Is he always like that? He asked. You have no idea, the whole room said in unison. Tazuna's sweat dropped at this. Well, meet us at the east gate in an hour, Kakashi said. Hi. Sakura and Sasuke replied respectfully. Once they left, Kakashi walked up to the still frightened bridge builder. A little tip. Do not underestimate Naruto, or he will show no mercy and will show you a demon in human flesh, he warned. Tazuna nodded scared. Thanks for the tip, he said softly. Kakashi nodded and walked out of the room. 1 hour later, Naruto appeared in the shade of a tree as his teammates walked up to the east gate. Where are your things, dope? Sasuke asked smugly. Naruto giggled. Not up my ass, he replied. Sasuke was about to say something, but was cut off by the arrival of his sensei and client. Okay everyone, we're heading to Wave. Naruto, don't kill the client, Kakashi said, and Tazuna gulped behind him. Naruto pouted. No fun, he whined. This guy's off his rockers, Tazuna thought. Well, let's get going, Kakashi suggested. The three nodded and got into formation. Sasuke and Sakura were on the left and right of Tazuna, while Naruto walked behind them. A few hours later, Team 7 and their escort were heading towards the Wave Country. Sakura was talking to Tazuna, while Sasuke listened to Kakashi read his book, and Naruto was surprisingly quiet. They walked till they passed a puddle of water. Naruto grinned insanely under his mask and dropped a little bottle filled with dark purple fluid on the ground, causing it to shatter. Suddenly, there was two screams of pain. The escort stopped and turned to see two ninjas connected by a chain. Naruto giggled as he watched the two wither in agony with glee. Explain, Kakashi said as he pointed to the two ninjas. Don't wanna, Naruto pouted. Kakashi sighed and put away his small orange book. The Demon Brothers, Gozu and Mizu, he said as he walked up to the two. What the hell is this stuff? Mizu yelled. Kakashi shrugged. Naruto, since you noticed them, you get to decide what to do with them, he said. Naruto giggled gleefully and jumped up and down as if Christmas had came early this year. Thanks, Fang Sensei, he cried as he casted puppet hold and tossed the two brothers into the bushes and joined the two. Okay, while Naruto does whatever he's going to do, Tazuna, I believe you have some explaining to do, Kakashi said as he turned onto their client. The bridge builder looked down guiltily. Well, you see, this part goes same as canon, and I'm going to skip over it. After his explanation, Tazuna waited for Kakashi's judgment. You do know, you can be charged for false ranking of mission, he said, after a few minutes of silence. I know, but Wave needs this bridge, Tazuna said. Kakashi sighed. Sorry, but we'll have to pull back. This mission is an A-rank mission at least. These guards are gaining. I wouldn't have them kill on their first mission outside the village. No! Cried a voice. The four turned around to see Naruto. What do you mean by no? Kakashi asked. Me want to continue, the insane boy whined. Do you know you could die, right? Kakashi pointed out. I'm already dead. I can't be hurt, Naruto argued. First off, you're not dead, because you're standing in front of me. Second, it's too dangerous, Kakashi said calmly. For once I agree with the dope. I need experience, Sasuke pointed out. Me too, Sakura agreed like the lost puppy she was. Kakashi looked at his students and sighed. Fine, we'll continue, he said in defeat. Sakura cheered, Sasuke smirked, and Naruto giggled. Thank you, Tazuna sobbed. Kakashi nodded. We'll decide on the payment later, but for right now, let's move, he said. A few hours later, the escort had made it to Wave Country by now. As they walked, there was rustling in the bushes nearby. Naruto, being as insane as he is, jumped into the bushes, sprawled seven aside, and waited for their teammate. Who wants rabbit feet? Naruto cried as he came out of the bushes with a snow-white rabbit. Kakashi narrowed his one visible eye. Then he heard something coming through the air. "Duck!" he yelled. Sasuke, Sakura, and Tazuna did as they were told. "Duck! Where?" Naruto asked as he looked around wildly. Tazuna and Squad 7 watched in horror as Naruto was beheaded by the giant sword. The area filled into an eerie silence. Squad 7 stared in horror at the body of their insane, beheaded teammate. "Well, I was aiming for the bridge builder, but that works too," complimented a voice. The four whipped their heads around to the voice to see a tall, grayish-skinned man standing on the sword. Zabuza Momochi, Kakashi identified coldly. The swordsman smirked. "Kakashi of the Sharingan." "I'm glad I finally get to meet the man who may just give me a decent fight," he said. Kakashi narrowed his visible eye. "You killed my student. That cannot be forgived," he said as he placed his hand on his forehead protector. "Sharingan, wait. Don't tell me," Sasuke muttered. Kakashi lifted his headband to reveal the Uchiha's most prized bloodline, the Sharingan. To say Sasuke was surprised was a huge understatement. His teacher had his clan's bloodline, but he wasn't an Uchiha, so how could that be? Millions of questions swarmed around the Uchiha's head, yet no answers came to light. Zabuza and Kakashi glared at each other. The Sharingan user was beyond mad. He was furious. His student had just been killed. It was like 8 years ago all over again. Kakashi was there with Naruto, but failed to protect him. Minato Sensei must be rolling in his grave, Kakashi thought bitterly. Zabuza smirked under his bandages. "Grieving over your pupil, Hachige?" he asked tauntingly. As much as he wanted to go nuts on the rogue ninja and kill him, Kakashi forced himself to stay calm. Zabuza Momochi, the infamous demon of the mist, who killed a whole class of genin without any experience whatsoever, he said. "I admit, I'm surprised you know of my way of graduation," Zabuza complimented, and holstered his sword above his shoulder. "It's rather hard to not know when you're in the bingo book," Kakashi pointed out as he pulled out a kunai knife out of his weapon pouch. Zabuza laughed. "Agreed," he muttered. All of a sudden, the two ninjas rushed at each other at surprising speeds. They traded blows back and forth. It took all Sasuke and Sakura had to keep up with the speed. "Enough of the warm-up. Let's get down to business," Zabuza decided as he casted a jutsu. "Ninja art. Hit and miss jutsu," he announced. An unnatural fog covered the battlefield. Kakashi narrowed his eyes, trying to figure out Zabuza's next move. "Sakura, Sasuke, protect the bridge builder," he yelled. "Hi!" they yelled back as they got ready for whatever the rogue ninja had in store for them. A cold laughter sounded. "How cute. Little kids playing ninja, but this is the real world, where you die at any moment. Just ask the head of your little friend over there. He knows," Zabuza's voice sounded. Kakashi gritted his teeth. Sasuke stayed unemotional. Sakura tried to keep it bowed down, and Tazuna paled. Sensing that he struck a nerve, Zabuza laughed coldly. "Liver, lungs, spine, vein, neck, brain, kidneys, or heart. Which one do you choose?" he mused. All of a sudden, the rogue ninja appeared in between the leaf beginnings and swung his sword. "I'll just cut them all down," he decided. Kakashi rushed towards the mercenary, but time seemed to freeze as the thick bloodlust reached the area, and a familiar crazed giggle filled the air. Everyone turned their heads to the corpse of Naruto. A pitch-black aura was radiating out off of the boy's body. "Me have heard of losing a head, but this is just ridiculous," Naruto's voice sounded. Everyone present was too shocked, scared, or stunned to say or do anything. Naruto's voice giggled again. "Browless, stay away from there," he said. "Browless?" Zabuza said, perplexed. All of a sudden, Zabuza was sent flying into a nearby tree. The rogue ninja grunted as he hit the tree. Naruto's voice giggled again as his body started to shift. His teammates watched in awe and slight horror as their teammates' bodies stood up, headless. Naruto's body walked over to where his head was. and picked it up. Clean cut. Nice, Naruto muttered. His teammates couldn't help but sweat drop at this. He just had his head cut off, and he's acting like that? Naruto's body shrugged as he stuck it back into place. Only, it was put on the wrong way. His teammates' eyes widened at the sight of his face. They had never got the chance to see it, since he always covered it up by a mask, a hood, and his forehead protector. His head was interesting to say the least. His skin was pitch black. His lips were white. White hair smoothed back. His eyelids were also white. He had weird markings that looked like it ran down his neck. And on his forehead was a strange symbol. It was an upside down triangle with a circle around it. The insane boy snapped his eyes open and he turned his head back into its original position. Naruto giggled and turned around to the shock of his teammates and grinned evilly. "Told you, I'm already dead," he said. "But how? That's completely impossible," Kakashi said, awestruck. Naruto giggled. If it wasn't creepy when they couldn't see his face, it was terrifying when they did. "Not telling," Naruto cried. Kakashi was about to say more, but remembered that Zabuza was still present. "We'll talk about this later," his sensei promised. As he turned back to his opponent, Naruto giggled, but this time it was darker than before. "Fang Sensei, rest." "Me want to kill him," he said. Kakashi looked back at his newly revived student and sighed as he lowered his headband. "You're not gonna give up on this, are you?" he asked. Naruto nodded as he smiled insanely. "Fine, but don't go nuts on him," the silver-haired Jonin said as he stepped back. Naruto grinned, his bloodlust clearly in his eyes. Sasuke, he tried to hide it, but failed, and Sakura shivered at the sight. The insane boy walked towards the missing ninja. "Playtime, let's pray for a good kill, shall we?" Naruto said with an insane grin as the signal on his forehead started to glow red. Zabuza chuckled as he stood up. "I don't know how the hell or what the hell you just did, but I'm curious on how you're still alive," he commented as he stood up and picked up his sword. Naruto grinned, showing off two sharp animalistic fangs. "There are some things in this world that are better left alone," he answered. Zabuza laughed darkly. "This should be fun," he muttered as he got ready to attack. As he reached the insane boy, Naruto raised his hand and grabbed the sword by its blade. "Meanie, I don't have a weapon," he pouted as he sent a kick at Zabuza's stomach. When his foot made contact, Zabuza burst into water. Naruto frowned and looked around. He stopped looking around when he felt something hard and cold pressed against his back. "Time's up, kid," Zabuza growled. "Are you sure about that, Growlithe?" Naruto asked. Zabuza narrowed his eyes. "What are you He was cut off by an unknown force, throwing him away like a rag doll. "What keeps doing that?" Zabuza asked as he came to a complete stop. Naruto giggled for a split second. They saw what looked like to be 9 hands, or shadows, but then when they looked up at Naruto, there were 9 extra arms. "It's magic!" the insane boy cried. "Magic my ass! It has to be some kind of bloodline," Zabuza guessed. Naruto giggled. "Think what you want. Death awaits you in my hands," he said as he moved slowly towards the rogue ninja. Just then, 3 needles came out of nowhere and pierced Zabuza in the neck. "Thank you for keeping him distracted," a voice sounded. The Leaf Ninjas and Tazuna looked up to see a ninja with a mask on. "See, I've been trying to track him for weeks and you finally helped me catch him," the ninja said in a monotone voice. Kakashi nodded and stepped forward. "You're a hunting ninja from the mist, right?" he asked. The masked ninja nodded. "Yes, that's correct," he answered. Kakashi nodded back. "Naruto, playtime is over," he said firmly. The bloodlust disappeared from the air, and Naruto relaxed a bit. "No fun," he whined. Kakashi rolled his eyes and turned back to the hunting ninja. "Do you want the money sent to your village?" the hunter asked. Kakashi nodded. Yes, that will be acceptable, he agreed. The hunter ninja nodded and disappeared with Zabuza's corpse. Once he was gone, Kakashi collapsed from exhaustion. The Sharingan seems to make me tired and weak after using it, he muttered. She lives close by, Tazuna suggested. Kakashi nodded and then fainted. But guys, that's where we're gonna end it off. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share this with all your friends on social media platform. Get this video to 25 likes if you want the next part, and go check out my main channel because I'll be posting What If Naruto Was a Senju Part 19 on there today. And with that said and done, I'm out of here. Peace.